foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production.
Now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production. That's a very powerful message. Now, more than ever before, we, the people, must show discipline, tolerance, and production. I want to welcome you to the Dynamic Hour. Again, we have that opportunity during the morning time to talk, and we are using radio and social media, Facebook, YouTube, to connect. So if you're viewing me, please share the live. Please share the live. Sharing is caring. I want to start off this morning by encouraging you to keep registering to vote. So, if you have not yet registered to vote, please do so. If you have young ones who attain the age of 18, please make sure that they are registered. All you need is a birth certificate or a valid Grenadian passport and proof of residency or proof of where you live in. A bill from your mother or sister or somebody in that house, a bill, so that they can enter that on the voters list. And you go into the parliamentary electoral office or elections office in that constituency where you're from, and you register. I'm saying again, it is important for us to continue the registration process. Election is a numbers game. You could talk, you could be on TV, you could be on radio, you could be in schools, you could be in the community, you could be throughout. You could be attending high-level meetings, but where you win an election is making sure your supporters are registered and they are fired up and ready to vote when election day comes. So I am saying we cannot become complacent, or we cannot be so wary that we don't motivate our supporters, both here in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique, and those in the diaspora who come home from time to time to vote. We have to motivate our supporters to vote. But first, you must register. Registration is key, because if you have 5,000 people registered in a constituency, all you need is 2,500 people. All right? All you need is 2,500 people or 2,501 to win outright. That's all you need in that 5,000 registered voters. So again, I'm urging you. I give you a typical example. As of June the 30th, 2024. So you have June, July, August, September, October, 4 months ago. We're going into November, 4 months ago. All right? Carriacou, for example, Carriacou and PT Martinique, 5,632 people registered for that constituency. So that's just 4 months ago. All right, the updated amount, 5,632 people are registered in that constituency. If you divide that by 2, all the Honorable Tevin Andrews need to maintain, to keep, is 2,817. That's all. If he is able to keep 2,817 people excited, fired up, ready to go, ready to vote, come election day, he will win easily. So I'm saying again, you have to register to vote. And then the MP for the NDC side needs to maintain the numbers. So you maintain what you have and you add to what you have. So you maintain the numbers because you won. You have to maintain what you had in going in. So you must identify the people who voted for you and who support you. So you maintain them. You find out their needs, their wants. You get the contact information, all that is required. You maintain that, a good relationship with them all the way to election. You would add people as you go because people would get to like you and appreciate you. You would add them as you go. But you must first identify the people who support you, who voted for you, who are your supporters, and you must maintain that block, but make sure you have the numbers. If you look at, for example, another constituency, St. Patrick East, it's a very small constituency in the scheme of things. So 4,141 people or voters are on that list, registered voters. They have 4,141 registered voters. So all the Honorable Dennis Cornwall needs come the next election is 2,071 people or registered voters on that list. That's all. You are not a hero. You will never get everybody to vote for you because you have 2 parties mainly. So I am saying all you need to do is to identify the supporters and maintain them. The NNP supporters will talk. They will complain. They will grind. They would groan. They would say all kinds of bad things about the government and about you. But if you can maintain the required amount of votes or voters up to the election day and get them out to vote, don't matter what your opponents say, will not matter. Because your opponent could get the balance of votes in that constituency. Yes. And your opponent still will not win. So, for example, if the Honorable Dennis Cornwall, for example, gets 2,071 votes and the other person running against him gets 2,069 votes, there is no way they could win. So they could get all the rest. You just have to maintain what you have. All right? That's important. So, who's this person? Hello? Hello? Yeah, right. So that's a mistake. So I am saying all of this to say we need to keep the registration process going. We need to register our supporters, make sure that they are registered. And when their children turn 18, you need to make sure that they too get registered, because it is a numbers game. It is a numbers game. To win, you need to have the numbers. And don't matter what your opponent says or do, will not change anything if you have the numbers. So you need to understand you're in government and you have the public purse. You have resources. You have the state resources. You can utilize that in such a way to maintain your block of votes, making sure that your supporters are okay. It is not rocket science. That's important. Because I remember in 1999, Joan Webley came here on behalf of the NNP. And I remembered vividly, she's speaking about just getting the numbers that you need to win and maintaining the numbers. So identify your supporters, make sure that they are registered within the constituency, and make sure you have the numbers just to win. You cannot get everybody to vote for you just to win. And once you get that, you make sure you organize your machinery to pick them up and make sure they vote early. And when that happens, then you can go up, you can go home and cock up on your rocking chair and wait for the results. All right? Because you already know that all your people are in and they voted. It's easy like that. You cannot get everybody to be on your side. So when NNP, for example, won all 15 seats in 1999 and all 15 seats in 2013 and all 15 seats in 2018, that doesn't mean that they were doing a fantastic job. That doesn't mean that they were so popular. No. Look at the numbers of people who voted for them. And if you analyze the numbers, you would realize it was not because NNP was so popular or NNP was doing what the people wanted and so. No. It was that formula that they used to focus on just the amount of people you need to win the constituency. So yes, if you have, for example, let's look at a constituency, St. Patrick. Let's look at St. John. All right. So you have 6,741 people in St. John. All right. That's the amount of people who are registered in St. John. All the NDC needs in St. John is 3,371 people to vote, and you win that constituency. 3,371 people. And between now and the election, some people will die, some people will migrate, and that kind of stuff, right? So you go in with that figure, at least the half, and you're guaranteed a victory. You will win. But there are NNP people in that constituency, there are NDC supporters, and there are people in the middle. What you need to do is to work on identifying your supporters in that constituency. Just identify them and find out their needs and their wants and work with them throughout. Make sure that they're happy, because you cannot get everybody in that constituency to vote for you. So yes, if your opponent gets the other 3,360 or 65, there is no way your opponent could beat you. But these people who will vote for your opponent, the person you're running against, they throughout the 5 years would complain, they would criticize you, they would say all kind of bad things about you, they would support their party, the NNP, and that kind of stuff. Nothing wrong with that, but that is what you have to expect. But if you have your numbers, you could care less. Once you have your numbers, you could care less, because on election day, your people will go and vote for you, and you will be in office. You're going to win. That is what it is. It is a numbers game. So we have to continue the registration process, but we also have to identify our supporters in the different constituencies, in the different polling divisions, in the diaspora, and we also have to make sure that they are registered, and we must maintain them by finding out their needs and their wants. And sometimes all you need to do is to call them. How you doing? How your day going? A family member passed away. You're quick to bring a sympathy card, to be there, to console, to be there, so that at least they would realize that you're there with them throughout. Funeral, you attend the funeral. A wedding, you're there. Right? Sporting events in the community, you're there. You would organize like a social events and so on, you're there. All right? That's what it is. And sometimes they may need some windows, you give them. Some doors, you give them. Some material assistance, you give them. Because you know they're your supporters. The Bushin contract, the Bushin work starts. You make sure that one or two of them get contracts, one or two of them get a fortnight, and you could rotate it. That's what it is. That's the strategy. The seed program, you make sure one or two of them get to go on the seed program, right? That's what you do. And you keep your base, you keep your numbers, all right? Roads, you build in concrete roads, concrete drains. You make sure one or two of them in those areas, you give them a blight to build a concrete road, build a concrete drain. And in areas where your people need a like a road, a like a drain, you focus on that. You prioritize that. You build new houses, one or two of them again, you help them. That's how you maintain your block, the voucher program, because you have the number and you have the number of the people, your supporters. You make sure that they get those with school children. You make sure they get the back to school voucher. You make sure when Christmas time comes around, the toys and so on, you make sure you send their stuff for them. You prioritize them. There is something happening in the constituency, you invite them. You make sure that they're there. First and foremost. That's the strategy, right? That is what's supposed to happen. And that's kind of a normal thing. That's no secret. That's a normal thing that's supposed to happen. So you keep your base. You maintain your numbers. You maintain your numbers. That's key. Very, very important. And then you know the organizations that are friendly to you within the constituency. You know the churches and the supporters, the leaders who are friendly to you. So you have to walk through them. The community leaders who you know are influential and you have to make them happy. You maintain your numbers. That's important. So you identify, you maintain, because once you identify them, you have to make sure that they are registered. And when the children turn 18, you make sure that they are registered too. And those in the diaspora, when they come here for funerals, they come here for vacation, they come here for whatever, you make sure that they are registered. Because you're going to mobilize and organize them to come back. When the time comes, they're Grenadians, they have a right to vote. Nobody could stop them from voting. Nobody, as long as they get registered and their name is on that voters list, nobody could stop them from voting. So I'm saying it is important to do that. It is a numbers game, and you cannot be a hero. You will never be a hero, right? Everybody will come to you asking for this and asking for that and asking for this and asking for that. But if you know your supporters, you're going to prioritize them, identify, maintain, to make sure that you win. Because if you're in a constituency with, let's say, for example, South St. George, you have 11,466 people there. 11,466. That's a lot of people, right? In South. So the NDC needs to identify 5,733 people in that constituency. That's all. You identify them and you make sure that they are registered. Right? It's not no talk. Because people come to you and they're not even registered. You make sure that they are registered. And you maintain them. You take their numbers. You take their information. You keep in touch with them. And you find out their needs and their wants. And how you could make them happier. How you could make them remain happy all the way up to the election. That's what it is. You can't get everybody on your side. There will be people who are going to hate me, and there will be people who are going to love me. There will be people who are going to like this about me and dislike this. You can't get everybody on your side. You cannot. It will never, ever happen. No time at all. In fact, if that happens, check yourself. Something wrong with you. So I am saying, once you're able to maintain, and that is what the NNP did, in my belief, in 1999, 2003, yes, 2003, they almost lost, but they were working on their margin or their numbers. 2013 and 2018, those 4 elections, that is exactly what the NNP did. They were not concerned about everybody in the constituency. No, they were not. I am telling you, they focused on the number that they needed to win 3 years before the election. 3 years before the general election, the NNP focused on just the amount of people they needed to win the constituency by. So, if you are in let's say the town of St. George, a very, very small constituency. In fact, one of the second smallest constituency. St. Mark is the smallest, and then the town of St. George falls in next. So in the town of St. George, you have 3,923 people who are registered for that constituency. So all the NDC needs to maintain there is 1,961 or 962 people. 1,962 people. That's all. The other people in the constituency, they may talk bad about you. They may talk bad about your party. They may talk bad about our beloved Prime Minister. They may call radio programs. They may criticize this and criticize that. Nothing wrong with that. But as long as you could maintain that 1,962 registered voters and make sure you have the machinery to get them out there on election day to vote, man, no matter what the other party does, it would not change the results. It will not change the outcome. You understand the point? So you cannot be a hero. You cannot get everybody to support you. So what you need to do is to just identify in your constituency the numbers, the people you need, the amount of people you need to win. That's all you need to do. That is why canvassing is so important. That is why the NNP is talking over and over and over again about canvassing the voters list. You have desk canvassing. That's kind of outdated based on what has happened in recent times in terms of the election results and so on. But field canvassing, being out there, knocking on doors, interacting with people, getting from them directly, whether they support you or not, or what you could do to get their support or to maintain their support. You have to be out there, interacting with them, getting the numbers straight. That's key. Very, very important. It is a numbers game. Don't make nobody fool you. All this talk and talk on radio, on TV, on social media, and all this talk. And posting a photo of you being in some arena or some school or some meeting overseas, or you with some ministry people doing X and I'm telling you, that's all nice. That's all great. But when it comes to winning in your constituency, it's a different ball game. It's a totally different ball game, because when stupid season comes around, then you would know who is who, All now, there are a lot of people pretending because they want to eat a food. They want to survive. They want their family to survive. So they jam in like Bobot. And they pretending too. They want to eat a food, man. They want a contract here and a contract there. They want a promotion here and a promotion there. They want a family member to get this and get that. That's how they do it, right? Because their intention is to survive just that period. Because they want their party to get back into power, and then they would be in the open. No self, they would be in the open. And then they go say, "Why you stupid, Yeah, you stupid. So you didn't know I was not supporting you and I'm supporting that party and da. And now self, they're in the open. That's what they normally do. That's their strategy for years. But if you can identify your supporters in your constituency, and here it is, you may identify your supporters and you may not have the numbers. You may not have the numbers. You may be short by 100. So then you can strategize to get 100 people to register, or those who you believe you could persuade to come on your side. You will do what you can to get them on your side. Trying different methods, different, ways of getting them on your side. But first, you must identify. You see, it's all good to be in some meeting. It's all good to showcase that you're representing government as a minister in some regional meeting or some international meeting. That's all okay, right? Or you're in some school shaking children's hands. That's okay, right? That's all fine. Nothing wrong with that. But to win an election, that would mean nothing. Zero, nil. People don't want to know that you are the best minister of this and best. Look at Franca Bonadine. She was the best minister of education. Where she end up? Huh? She ever won an election? Think about it again. So I am saying you have to understand how to win. How do I win a constituency? What do I have to do to win a constituency? The thing is simple, because you are at an advantage because you're in government. You're at an advantage. You have the public purse. You have the resources. You could build a piece of road. You could build a piece of drain. You could get 3 or 4 young people in certain programs. You can put them in programs where they can get a stipend. You can fix people homes, repair, or give them materials. Right? You can assist them in many, 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 many ways. Many ways. Because you have the public purse. So you have to do all those stuff to maintain your block, maintain your numbers. So you have to sit and calculate and say, but okay, how many people in that 1,900 that I need to win need material assistance? And even if you can't give all who need, you could give some, and over a 5-year period, you should be able to cover all of them. You need to also identify how many of them in that block I need to always give a roadwork, a debushing contract, or a fortnight to keep them happy. How many out of that 1,900 I need to build a new house for? And it will impact a whole family. Because remember, 1 plus 5 in some instances. So we have 5 votes in that house, right? Or 6, 1 plus 5, 6 votes in that house. You might have 8 people even there, but 6 of them might be eligible to vote. So when you build that house, you're actually making 6 people happy. Yes, 8 will be happy, but 6 voters happy. When you build, that, and then you, in that block of 1,900, you have to now calculate how many of them I need to build a bathroom and toilet for, right? A bathroom and toilet. How many of them without internet service that needs to be on the JUMP program, right? Free internet, a device, and training. How many of them in that block of 1,900 I need to get a scholarship for, right? How many in that block? And then you go down. How many are fishermen? What kind of assistance I need to give them to make them happy? How many are farmers, right? How many of them are farmers that I need to make happy? What do I need to do? So the money distributed and all that kind of thing. How many of them out of that 1,900 got? So it's data. Data is power. If you have that information, you have control. You have total. How many out of that block, right, don't have running water, and you need to make sure that they get water? How many out of that block living on government lands and need to be regularized to get title deed for the land because you have a regularization program going on? You understand the politics. That's the politics. That's how you win an election. You break it down and you take information from these people, their number, their email address, and all kinds of stuff to keep in touch with them, to make sure that they're happy. How many out of that block could do carpentry or masonry or plumbing or electrical or painting because you have projects ongoing, government projects? You can get them a little blind, a little work, a little contract, a little thing in painting or plumbing or electrical. Somebody might call you and say, look, I need some workers. You as the politician could get them in. And that is how you maintain your block, your numbers. That's how you maintain this thing. How many of the block were pensioners and who got pension from government? And we can go on and on. How many got regularized? They're happy if you get regularized. So that is the politics. That is why NNP, every time they open their mouth, they talk about canvass the list, canvass the list. They're referring to that. Because you only need to get the amount of people that you have to cross the line to win. That's all you need. You're no hero. You will never get everybody to vote for you. Never. It would never happen. You hear me? It will never happen. So, focus on the political side. So, government, you're doing for everybody. Right? It sounds that way. Government. But when it comes to on the political side, you have to prioritize. You have to focus on your people and make sure that they're okay. But how do you know they're your people? You have to canvass the list. What type of canvassing you must do? Field canvassing. Door to door. And even following up with a phone call. Making sure, all right, that they're okay. That's key. Very important. That's the politics. The politics. So you could be a good minister of this and a good minister of that, and you're traveling in all meetings, or you are out there in a school or something, wherever, and you're giving school this and school that and wherever, you know. In terms of votes, it needs to be personal. I remember maybe about a month or two ago, and the Honorable Ron Redhead was at a particular location in St. George's. I was there, and the Honorable Tevin Andrews was there too, and two other people. And some ladies came from Worker, the top side. And they came there and they said, well, hey, look at me MP, and you know, and they make it clear. Because I said, but I know all you. I know all you well. I said, that's them NDC people and them from X, Y, and Z place. Right? They normally used to call them a name because all of them have a nice shape in Sanko. Right? Call them the name and so on, and we start to talk. And they say, George Brizan gave us that road. You hear me? And George Brizan did this, and George Brizan did that. And from that, we never change up there, and we remain solid, and we are NDC no matter what. You know, understand? And then they said, well, we need a help with 2 houses or so. And one time, same time, the Honorable Ron Redhead take the information, and he said, coming tomorrow. Look for me. And he went, checked them out, and then they realized that these 2 houses, we go fix it. All right? Giving you this house and that. Yeah, we're fixing the house. Contract signed, builder ready to build. They happy, but that's our supporters. That's our supporters. And that is how you do it. But if you check the amount of votes there, already 10 votes, one time, just like that. Just like that. 1, 2, 3, 10 votes. Right? Yeah. That's how it's done. And they would remember that. That is why NNP is scared. They're attacking the Build Back Better houses because they know if a family gets a house from government, they'd have to pay to get a house, proper house too, with modern bathroom and toilet facility. They would never forget that. And they paint in the house too, you know. And they put in the electrical stuff too, you know. And they're doing the plumbing stuff too, you know. They would never, ever forget that. That is why the NNP attacking it so. They're attacking that program. The Build Back Better houses. The Project 500 houses. Where families could get a house already constructed at a reasonable cost. They would never ever forget that. You build a piece of concrete drain in an area that's always flooding and so on to control that water. They would never ever forget that. You build a piece of concrete road or a road in an area where people used to walk on the mud and so on. In fact, when close to the election and they see you, they say, that is the man that built the road there, you know. Come by me. They're welcoming you. That's the man that built the road there. You hear me? Yes. That's how you win. That's how you maintain your numbers. This thing is simple. This science is simple. You have a household NDC, one person in that house gets a scholarship. That changes the whole, everything in that house. Everything in that house changes immediately with one person getting a scholarship. You hear me? Just that. There are students who go to TAMCC. The parents normally have to find that $800 or NULO. They have to find that money. Government paying it for them. The minute time that it impacts them positively, immediately. So I am saying it is a numbers game. You don't need to be a genius to understand that. In fact, there were politicians who never went to university, who were never quote unquote bright, but they kept winning and winning their seats. Why? Because they implemented the same thing that I just talked to you about. The very same thing. The numbers. Maintain your numbers. You cannot get everybody to support you. Some people you have to neutralize, right? Because you know they mouth loud, they will cause problem for you. So you kind of make them a little happy. They may not be supporting you, you know. They may not be supporting you. But you know, if you neutralize them, you might give them a little help here quietly. But generally speaking, you take care of yours, your numbers. You maintain your numbers. You have their phone number, their email address if they have that, their WhatsApp this, their Instagram this, their work number. You have everything. You know the date of birth of all their children. When one birthday, you're the first to send a card wishing them happy birthday. Or maybe sending a little thing in it too, you know. If you have money, put a little thing in it too. The new $50. Put a new $50. Yeah, that's a gift. Happy birthday, $50. You're not buying votes because it's not election yet, but you're making sure that you maintain your support. Yep. Exactly so. Or maybe you buy you're out there, you're traveling often, you buy a couple things that you can put in that little box and you send. Something little, something simple. People appreciate those things. And they'll say, oh, she remember my birthday? Or he remembered my birthday? This is significant. People don't forget these things easily. They don't. So it is important to understand how to win. Identify your supporters. You're not a hero. You're not no Superman or you call Wonder Woman, Superwoman, Wonder Woman. You're not that. All right? You cannot get everybody to support you. All you need is just the number to win and maintain that. Yes, you're going to neutralize certain people. You will help one or two other people. But you make sure that you focus on your supporters. And keep them happy. Work with them. And no matter what the NNP says, them things don't bother you. They could say all kind of things about this constituency, that constituency, that. On the day of the election, you're winning still. Because you maintain your numbers. Because the government is performing well. The most honorable Deacon Mitchell is doing well. People love him. He's likable, he's viable, he's winnable, he's a champion. That's the real boss. The guy is doing well. Government is performing well. So that will help you. It may not carry you, but it will help you a lot. But let's get down to your constituency and let's use the formula. Right? That's important. It is a numbers game. All right? And at the end of the day, the NNP 20-something thousand people, they go bad mouth you, they go wish you bad, they go talk you bad, they go spread rumors and gossip and all kind of stuff about you. They go criticize you, they go criticize the government, and we can go on and on and on and on. That's what it is. It's what it is. You can't change that. You would never get some of them to support you. Never. Don't matter if you build a house for them, you fix their road for them, you give them a car, you give them money, they still would not support you. Some of them. Some may, but there are those who will never, no matter what you do for them. So, identify your supporters, who will support you, who will vote for you, right? And make sure that they are registered. When the children become 18, make sure that they are registered. All right? The family members and so on overseas, they come back, make sure that they are registered. Yeah, make sure. Important. Make sure that they're registered. And then, because you identify your supporters, you're going to know their needs and their wants and how you could make them happy and keep them happy. You hear me? Sometimes just one carib, one stag, one water, one malt, one hug, right? One little dance, one little wine. You just showing up at the wake or at a funeral, right? You just in the community and you sponsor something, you give something. Something, just that alone could determine whether you win or whether you lose. Whether you have support or whether you don't. Simple things. Sometimes it's not the big grand things and you know, yeah, simple stuff. So you could be the best minister, all right, doing this and doing that and all about the place and everybody. But when it comes to your constituency now, it is the numbers in your constituency. You have to make sure that they're good and they're cool and they're happy. All right? And you don't need a genius from outside of Grenada to come and tell you that. This is politics 101. There's a lot of talkers, a lot of people out there talking, and who would criticize you, talk bad about you. That's normal. But all you need to do is say, hey, you see that? I have my numbers and I'm maintaining my numbers. That's all you need. Don't make nobody fool you. If you have, for example, St. Andrew Northeast, and these constituencies are small in terms of population size, right? And if you're in power for 5 years and you cannot persuade 2,500 people, something wrong with you. You can walk with 2,005 people to make sure that they're happy and that they would vote for you come election day. You're joking. You give them windows, you give them doors, you give them materials, you get one or two of them some scholarships. Some of them who need promotion, you make sure that they promoted certain places. You fix their road, you fix their liquor drain. The farmers, you give them certain things. The fishermen, you give them certain things. You know, the stay-at-home mom and son, you have a little industrial thing, a little business, you support it, you keep them okay, you keep them happy. Things happening, you reach out to them and you understand the point? So I'm saying, for example, St. Andrew Northwest. You have 5,014 people in that constituency. Just that. So all the NDC needs in that constituency is 2,507 people. That's all. Or 2,510. So you identify 2,510 people in that constituency who support you, who love you, who like you, and you make sure that they're happy throughout. You hear me? Yes, and you have to have like a money too. and give them like a thing. They may ask you for certain things, a little drink, a little eats, a little, give them a little thing too. Yeah. Because I remember a friend tell me, he said, Kim Jones, but Nazim Bok lost the election because of a case of Carib or maybe a quarter rum or some, because, Nazim has a kind of stance, right? Nothing wrong with that. But when you go in a shop and man drinking rum and they ask you for a quarter, eights, give them. What's wrong with that? You will stop them from drinking. You're not a psychologist, not a doctor. They drinking. Give them the rum. Give them the Carib. Give them the Stag. Give them the Carib. Right? That's what they're accustomed to. Are you going to change that? You're not no magic man. You what you are? You're not the Pope. No, politics has its own morality. You go in the community, the men drinking, they eating, or maybe they're cooking. Right? They might be drinking and cooking. Give them a 10 pound of meat. Yes, and give them some flour until they make the sauce. And they go ask you, And if they ask you, offer. Yeah, what's a bottle of Classico is how much? $20-something. A bottle of Rivers is what? 50 or 55? Somewhere wrong there. That. Yeah, you got to do that. It's what it is. Be there, and if they ain't drinking, let somebody come with you who drinking. Drink water and let it drink that. Nothing wrong with that. You mix, you mingle. You're there. That's what it is. It's what it is. You can't change this. You don't want to impose your belief on your decent people. No. You matter what. You go around them Seventh Adventists and you realize they're nice to you and they're supporting you. Don't bring them pork. No. Bring fish. Let's eat fish. You understand the point? Yeah. So you got to be strategic and tactical. You can't impose things and change people and so on like that. Change them to vote for you if you could. But that's about it. We're not going, you're drinking. Every vote. I remember the NNP took vagrants and all of the street and bring them to vote. Because they know every vote counts. Everybody. You could be high, you could be low, you could be rich, you could be poor. Your vote is just one vote. Just as that person who has nothing. Right? Same thing. That's what it is. All right? So I'm saying to you, it is what it is. Equal. The vote. Equal. A person drinking Carib and Stag and beer, their vote is as equal as the person going to church and playing nice. Yeah. But that's your business. If you not drinking rum, that's your business. That's your business. You live your life. Live your life to suit you. But don't come and say, well, don't give them rum and don't do it. That's what they're drinking. They're drinking the rum. Give them the rum. So what's wrong with that? You not giving them, they're still going to drink. They're drinking a beer. Don't give them no beer, though. Give them the beer. That would cost you a vote if you don't know. Because they're going to remember when they ask you for that beer. You say, no, you ain't giving them any playing. Huh? You're joking. You're joking. It's different. Politics is different. It has its own morality, or else don't get involved in it. Don't get involved in it because you go in the church, go on and be in the church. That's what you got to do. And forget about the politics. It has its own morality. You can't play Mr. Nicey Nice and playing thing and looking on. No. Nope. You hear me? That is important. So there are some constituencies where some of the guys who ran previous, elections are back. Not a recent one. They play anything and they're nice and they don't want to give people who a man drinking a class code, 4 or 5 of them in a shop drinking class code, you don't or reverse or whatever, you want to come and play thing and buy the damn thing for them people. Let they drink and let they enjoy themselves. Yeah, that's what it is. They cooking a food, let they cook a food. I don't worry about people who playing churchy and playing nice. And anytime you see some people who quick to judge, quick to condemn, they are one among the skeletons in the closet. It's not even funny. Those who playing self-righteous and playing Mr. Holy and Mr. this and Mr. that. The amount of skeletons they have in the closet is not even funny. You hear me? Yeah. Because you see, you cannot impose your belief, your everything on people. A person's happiness is what is important to them. All right? I don't believe that you could just come and make them happy by saying, stop smoke tobacco. I remember some years ago, there was a lady, and maybe I said that on the program here. She came to buy some tobacco by Ricky in Tongue. Old lady. And she said, my doctor tell me to stop smoke the tobacco, the pipe tobacco. She said, when I smoke the tobacco, the pain I have in my body, it numbing her. So she getting numb now, all the pain gone. When she smoke her tobacco, she said she would feel happy. But her daughter is not in her body. Her daughter doesn't know that the tobacco numbs her body and so on and ease up the pain. Right? Yeah. But she wants her to stop. Because, she in church and she in this and she there and Miss Holy and Miss that and she play and, become this kind of. The lady's 80-something years. You take that thing away from her, she will die. So her happiness is relative. You don't come and impose your thing and your belief, No, if a person doing X and they're happy, leave them. Don't want to impose your thing on them, people on them. No. There's some people, they're so holy and so self-righteous and so this and so that. And sometimes I say, but wait. Oh, you're so holy and self-righteous and look at your children turn out to be X and turn out to be Y. So what, you've been praying in vain then? Huh? You've been teaching them wrong then? What you did wrong along the way? Well, you make your children, you don't make their mind. So you don't try to impose things on people. No. Nah, that's why you respect people. Their choice. What they want to do with their life. Some people, they see two ladies, they start to condemn them. Hey, one did this and one did that. What their happiness have to do with you? They see two men, start to run them out about them and they this and that. What their happiness have to do with you? You see a Muslim and you start to run them because you're not a Muslim, you're another religion. Start to run them. What their happiness have to do with you? What have to do with you? Huh? Or some Seventh Adventists and you start to run your mouth about them and they go to church on a Saturday and what have to do with you? Huh? Come on. Mind your business, one, and focus on the objective. Come on, try to impose this on a person's happiness. That's theirs. Respect their choice. Respect that we're in 2024. Some people like to impose things on people and look down on people and condemn them and, yeah. Respect their choice. They have a free will to be and to be happy. So I'm saying again, going back to the politics, right? Going back there. Sometimes just the 8 of rum, the 10 pound of chicken, or the $20 or the $50 that you didn't give them people, or the beer you didn't give them, that caused them to hate you and don't like you and not voting for you. All right? So you have to balance the thing off. But importantly, you have to know your numbers. Very important. Or else you'll be like a headless chicken under the cuckoo. You're going by everybody and you don't know who's supporting you. You have to know the people who support you and make sure that they are registered and they're on the voters list. And maintain that. Get all the information, all the data you can get from them. Even their date of birth. So when the birthday comes around, you're quick. You're the first person to show up to knock a glass or to drink something or to celebrate. That's politics because you're looking short term, medium term, and long term. Long term is election day. From the time you win to election day. But in the middle, short term, make them happy. Medium term, maintain, man. Keep it going all the way to long term. That's what it is. That's it. Get your numbers. Know your numbers. Know your people. All right? It's important. Know your numbers. Know your people. Know your numbers. Know your people. Identify. Identification. Identify. How do you identify? You have to go in the field. You have to go door to door. You have to identify these people. Some you may know by heart because they've been around and you know them. But there are some you have to go and knock the door. Yeah? I remember I went in Belmont, the top end. So you have the bottom end and the top end. So I was in a house, Christmas time, and the lady turned around and she said, Kim, you know, up to now, nobody came by me, meaning the MP. And she said, they don't know where I vote yet. She told me that. She said, yes, I voted for NDC. But she said, they don't even know who I voted for. I mean, she confided in me, she told me that. But she said they never visited her. She never see them. They never came at her door. You understand the point? So sometimes you have to take some time, like 3 hours. Let's say you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, well, Thursday out there, constituency day and so on. So you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Take time, house to house, house to house. Do 2 hours every evening. Sometimes you have to go early morning to block the person before they go to work. Sometimes you have to go late. All in the night, you have your flashlight, right? You're shining your flashlight. You understand the point? You have your flashlight. And you have your stick. You have your stick because you're afraid dog, where you're there with 2 or 3 people with you, and you go in and check out that person. You want to meet them. You want to talk to them because you want your numbers. You're desperate to know your numbers and the contact information of these people and their needs and their wants, and you maintain that. That's politics. That's how you win an election. That's how you win. Yeah? Door to door. Very important. Because you could be busy as a minister, busy all about the place as a minister, and you're always in a ministry and a ministry and a ministry. Yeah? That would not get you re-elected. And every time you look on a Facebook page, you're in some school or you're in some place with nonsense. These people they cannot even vote. And their parents don't even know that you went to the school. And that you give the school this and you give the school that and you give. Many times they don't even know. It doesn't make an impact. Right? And sometimes the principal's not going to even, they don't even tell the parents. And that is why I said, how can this be politically good for you? Students going back to school. You should be the first person to send some card wishing them well for the school year. You hear me? Yeah. That's important. Very important. So they take that card and they're going home to their parents. Look, MP, this one said, they wish me well for this school year and study hard, remain focused, respect your teachers and your peers. And they're going home with that, And they're happy. A little card. Every one of them getting that. Every one of them getting that. They're going home with that. They're going to the parents. And that is why when I went to the TAMCC graduation, I saw Maureen, this Elvis Maureen guy, representing on behalf of the Minister of Education. I was vexed. I was blue. I said, but wait. He representing the minister. He's there as a representative of the minister. You're talking about 600 young people who the majority of them could vote and who the government assisted throughout that year with the free tuition. I said, but wait, how's that possible? Even if you, the minister, can't make it, another minister should be there. Because remember, official photos are taken. And these young people, when they get their photo, collecting their certificate, right? Who they would see in it? Elvis Maureen. This guy? What's wrong with you? Come on. A TAMCC graduation? I have problems with that. Because remember, the government is injecting millions of dollars to help these students. They will be voters, and some of them already voters. Come next election, nearly all of them will be voters. You have to understand the politics. The politics. That's where the politics lies. You could go in a school and shake hands and do all kind of thing. Okay. The politics is when these people go home with that photo. Every time they look at it, they see you. Yeah? And they see the NDC. They see the government. The politics. That's important. That's very, very important. That's politics 101 for you this morning. Identify. Identify. It means you have to go out there, door to door, house to house. Get to know your supporters. Get their numbers. Get their email address. Get their Instagram. Their Twitter handle and all these different. Get all the information you could get. Right? That's important. Get that information. Maintain that. Maintain that relationship. Call them up. Get their date of birth and everything, their birthday, and by the time and once you build a relationship, if somebody dies in the family, they calling you first. If somebody in the hospital, in the family, they calling you, they're letting you know. You go show up. That's important. And then you maintain that. A good relationship. Find out their needs and their wants. How can you reach them halfway? You may not be able to give them all that they want. How can you reach them halfway? That's the politics. That's the politics. Very important. That's the politics. That's where you win and where you lose. So yes, you may believe you're a hero. You're the best minister and the best this, and you only see them on TV, and you say, nice, wonderful, bravo, good. The government is performing well. The politics now. Down to basic. Down to basic. All right? That's important. That's the politics. You have to know your numbers. So you have 5,000 registered voters. You know you need 2,600 or 2,010. Right? 2,510. Or 2,600 to be safe. So you know you need that to win. Maintain, identify that, maintain that, and make sure make them happy. Keep them going. That's how the NNP won all 15 seats. It's not that everybody in the country, they like them and supporting them and happy with what they were doing and so on. No. Nope. And that is why NNP was doing all this stupidness. Right? All the stupidness. Teachers, public officers, they matching for their pension, they matching for their gratuity, they matching for the increases, all kind of problems in the country. Busmen this, that. NNP didn't care about that. Because why? They had their numbers in the constituencies, and they're taking care of them there at the constituency level. So even if they nationally, you had all those big things happening, all those drama and all those things happening, so they didn't care about that. What broke the camel back was the fact that people tired with Keith. The pension issue became a number one issue. In fact, I started to talk about the pension issue. Don't worry about them union men and union this. I made the pension issue a talking point for years. From the politicians' pension, go all the way back to public servants for years. I've been talking about that. I remember speaking to a former public servant, and she gave me the breakdown. She said, hey, Cam, you didn't know that? And I championed that cause consistently. So they protest, they march, that broke the camel's back. And I was educating people over the many years on what Keith Mitchell was saying versus the reality and so on, and all the lies and so on. So that broke the camel back. They fed up with Keith and NNP. They've been there so long. The cycle of three-term came, and that, first term, they give you a chance, second term, or third term. If you anything, they break your neck. That's how the voters operate. Right? That broke the camel's back. And the most honorable Deacon Mitchell, he came with life and vigor and vibes, freshness. He just turned the thing around. He climaxed the thing with his team, his young team of brilliant men and women. Did a fantastic job. He caused the thing to kusume, to happen. All right? But I'm saying again, the reason why the NNP was winning all these 15 seats and so not because they were popular and liked and well organized and well this. No, they were tactical, strategic. They knew how much they needed to win. They identified them. They got the numbers, all the information. They maintained them. On election day, they just have to go and pick them up, you know. When 12 o'clock, they go and they cock up on the rocking chair. And then you see DJs going down to set up stage, right? And tent and everything like that. 12 o'clock, and people voting. And they go down and set up stage and so on already. And you know what some people used to say? Hey, well, they thief the election. And they thief the election. And well, they walk this and they walk that. No. They ain't thief no election. And then walk this and walk that. They did exactly what I just said to you. Identify, maintain. Simple. Support the people, the numbers. Make sure your numbers are happy. On election day, just walk. It's a walk in the park. That's what it is. It's no rocket science. Grenada is small. Those constituencies are so small. It's small. The numbers are so small. You can befriend 2,500 people and 5,000 people and make them happy, give them little things and help them throughout and follow up on them and make sure you're mad. Well, if you can't do that, you're not supposed to be there. 3,000 people out of 6,000, a 5,000 out of 10,000 people, you can't make them happy. You can't reach out. Anyways, I am saying all of this because it is important that we continue the registration process. It is very important. It is a numbers game at the end of it all. So you need to make sure that your people are registered. You need to make sure that you know how many people you need to win in the constituency. And you need to maintain that throughout. Follow up on these people. Make them happy. Get to know their needs and their wants. Do the politics. It's all good to be the best minister and the best this and the best that. When it comes to the politics, it's a different ball game. You could say what you want about the most honorable Deacon Mitchell. He understands the politics. You could say what you want about the honorable Andy Williams. He understands the politics. You could say what you want about the honorable Ron Reddit. He understands the politics. You could say what you want about the honorable Tevin Andrews. He understands the politics. And some of the others, they understand the politics. The Honorable Delma Thomas, she understands the politics. The Honorable Gloria Thomas, she understands the politics. Right? So you could say what you want about some of them. They understand the politics. But we want to see everybody understanding it and doing what they're supposed to do. Because NNP is in the cemetery, you know. NNP dead. And what we have working for us is the fact that Keith Mitchell is still there and the NNP is disorganized and they're fighting among themselves. The NNP is mess. It's a wreck. Right? People don't see the NNP as any future of this country. The NNP is old. They stale. You just look at them. You know, they look old. They look stale. They look rejected. They look used up, beat up. That's how they look on a stage. And make it worse. Their color, green, white, or sometimes green and black. There's no light to that. No life to that. So that making them look even worse. I'm telling you. They look like an old GOLP party. So that's working for us. Right? But we have to get our stuff in order. Some more. A lot of work is being done, you know. A lot of work. The PR has improved significantly. Say what you want. The PR, government/party, has improved significantly. And people, let me tell you this. Take out this thing in your head that Orlando Romaine needs to be out there talking. Or somebody who's the PR person in the NNP. I don't even know. You could imagine. You don't hear them, you don't see them. Check out that in your head. If the government is putting out the stuff, that's PR. If Kem Jones is out here, able to disseminate information, share that with you, that's PR. If Heartbeat program, they're able to do the programs and put stuff out, that's PR. Right? Eddie Frederick doing his stuff too, that's PR. Some other stations and platforms doing their stuff, that's the PR. That's where it is. It's not that you need him or some PR person in NNP or PR person in NDC to be always out there talking in a mic. Nah, take all that from your brain. 2024, that's not PR. Right? Yeah, 2024. That's not PR. So the NDC's PR machinery is working. Our beloved Prime Minister, he has been on how many programs so far? I mean, he's the master communicator, right? He's a great orator. When he speaks, people listen. He's smooth. We're now seeing PSs out there. You see, PS Bagwan, the guys, he's out there. The Honorable Lennox Andrews, he's out there. All right? PS Marshall, she's out there talking about burning issues, right? That's PR. That's real PR. You have Hugh Thomas, Housing Authorities out there speaking about Project 500. That's PR. That's PR. You have the Honorable Gloria Thomas and Delma Thomas and them talking about the housing and so on issues and how they would remedy it and what would happen. That's PR. That's PR. Yeah? So you don't expect to have the PR of NNP or NDC out there talk. No. PR is more than that. Having an army of social media persons out there energized and encouraged. Look, you the folks on social media, you're doing a fantastic job, They can pay you for that. A fantastic job because you're motivated. So I would motivate you and others would motivate you to be out there defending the party, defending the government, promoting the party and promoting the government. That's PR. That is PR. This is 2024. You look at GIS, Jason, Philip, you're doing a fantastic job on GIS with your team. The material is out there. Things are coming out. A fantastic job. They don't give you much credit. You happen to be, you happen to go in GIS. When you went there, they bomb the gum about you. It's what they and say, where Jason come out and where this and that. Jason, Philip, you're doing a fantastic job at GIS. The information with your team, with the staff, they're doing a damn good job. And some of the PR people, public relations people in some of those ministries, you're doing a good job, a wonderful job, right? And keep it up. That's PR. Being able to, you're behind the scenes and you could encourage this one and encourage that one and let them do this and let them do that. And come on. We are seeing more. All the MPs, nearly all of them, their Facebook page is active. Their Instagram page is active. They even talk about our Prime Minister. So them are tired to see things posting on his page and Andy page and Ron page and Tevin page and Gloria page and Delma page and and all of them and Kieran page and all of them. Their pages are active. That's PR. So the PR of the party and the government, the marriage receipt. I have been talking about this thing for a long time. Sometimes I come out openly and condemn and criticize. But when things going damn good, going good, I would openly applaud it and commend it. The PR of the party and the government, you all are doing a fantastic job. Take a bow. Because I know about mass communication and I know about PR. And I observe that. It's easy to get information now. Things are coming out. We know what's going on. You're out there. You're sending the people on the To The Point program now, right? The Beyond the Headlines, you're showing up. Some of the interviews, and that's PR. Take a bow. You're doing a fantastic job. We're seeing the difference. Well, people who know and who could observe, we are seeing the difference. And keep it going like that. The organization of the party now, right? We have to improve on that. It go happen. It go happen. But so far, I am impressed with the PR and the improvements there. Because you have to understand PR. You have to understand it. Understand PR and what PR in 2024 means. You hear me? And you see visual aid, some video, something of that sort. And you can beat that. Way people seeing. Seeing is believing. You remember that saying? Seeing is believing. You go here, You could hear. But when you see, different. So the NDC PR, the government, the PR is working. It is working. Things are happening. And I want to commend those who are at it. So Kijana Romain, take a bow. People could say what they want to. But I understand this thing to take a bow. Take a bow. Those PR people, the Jason Phillip, take a bow. You're in GIS. And all the MPs who are working it on social media, working it on radio, working it on the TV. Take a bow. You're doing a good job. Some of you have good PSAs. You could speak on certain things and advocate on certain things and put certain things. Take a bow. You're doing a good job. You know me. If you're not doing a good job, you know I'm a straight up person. You know Kem Jones. All right? That's me. Because I'm out here morning and night fighting this battle. All right? I can't do it alone. But when I realize that there are more people out here fighting the battle, that is what I want. That is what I want to see. NDC is doing a better job with the PR. And we have to applaud that because the numbers are showing. All right? Keep it up. And I always say, you see, the biggest and most effective communicator is the most honorable Deacon Mitchell. I just feel good when I see him out there articulating on issues because he's a good communicator. He's smooth. The great communicator, a master orator. When he speaks with elegance, eloquence. You know, he's smooth, right? Intelligence. The guy good. He good. And he understands the thing to a T, to a core. You don't guessing this. The guy understands it. He knows the nitty gritty. He knows all the ends. He good. Deacon Mitchell, the most honorable Deacon Mitchell, is the best PR person that the government and the NDC has. When he's out there, feel good, real good. When he comes out and speak on issues, man, I could sit down and listen to him the whole day. And he's a teacher. Yeah, he teaches his, simple language. The guy good. And that is why the NNP afraid the man. Anytime he come out and he start to speak, they're afraid, they're scared. Because people everywhere, they sit down and they're listening, boy. I remember only recently when he came, he did that interview, one of those interviews. I don't know if it's Innocent one or the one on Keyshawn Thomas or one of them. And I was in a group of young men and some young women, and then I was playing a little. They said, "Man, leave the thing on. Leave it on. My battery almost dead on my phone. Leave it on. They want to hear the whole thing." Yeah. So he's able to appeal to everybody when he speaks, man. The guy good. He real good. And they have to deal with that. Huh? The NNP has to deal with the fact that this guy is genuine, he's sincere, and when he speaks, you could believe him. You have people who talking, and they're just talking. But you say, nah, boy. See what a man saying there? Is the truth, boy. The man speaking from the heart, He's speaking deep down. He want good for people. He want good for Grenada. Yeah. You could feel it, when people start to speak. You could feel it, whether they're genuine or not. The man want good for us. And I like it. I like it when he's out there. Always just be out there and talk about the issues. Huh? Then they say, well, only Deacon alone are here. Only Deacon alone. Let's hear. Yes, go out. You alone. Go out there and speak. Those other ministers, they go follow. Do it. You want to speak. Speak on all them issues. Speak on health. Speak on tourism. Speak on health. Speak on everything. Speak on houses. Speak on everything. Speak you. You speak. You're good. You're a good communicator. We could learn from you. You're bright. You're sharp. You're intelligent. Fumbling and making mistake with words and all kind of stupid. Nah. You're good. You're a good communicator. You're smart. But you're genuine. You're sincere. You're kind. You love Grenadians. You want good for them. So those things coming out. You know, when you speak, you speak with deep passion and patriotism. You like your people, you like the people, you want good for them. They can't test that. You are the great communicator. And not only me, I say that, you know, a friend in high office in the United Nations, he's not a Grenadian. He messaged me, say, Kem Jones, boy, are you blessed, you know? He said, are you blessed? He said, He said, that Prime Minister all you have day. But where you been? Huh? Where you come out? Or you been training the man inside? Or you had him in a special school readying him for that moment? Just so you know. He said the man is a good orator. He could speak. And when he speaks, he can convince you, he can persuade you because he's true. He don't fake. He don't half patch. He don't halfway. He deep. You know? In other words, he will come by you and he realize that you need a bathroom and toilet and he say, boy, fix that. Fill the bathroom and toilet for that woman. You hear me? And he will call back and say, you get your bathroom and toilet? You go in the area and say, what that road? No. Your elderly people, your children, fix the road. We go fix that road for you. Yeah, you go fix it. Your guy done. Different. The guy is different. And even if you had to pick up the phone and ask somebody in the private sector to fix it, you know, or help to fix it, even if you take him money in his pocket, and mind you, when he do things, he don't yap and talk. You know, let me tell you something. A principal of a particular school in St. David, when NNP was bumping the gum about deacon and deacon this and deacon that, the principal called me and said, Kem Jones, you know deacon helped build the roof of that school, a particular school. And you know not once the man come out and say he did that and take praises and try to, you know, for people to say, well, this man did that. No, not once. That is how genuine this man is. You know, something like they give you something and they go and tell somebody they run mouth and you know what I mean? Not that man. He give the money personally, you know. Like before he been in the politics when they bumping, they gum about him and I'm telling you. You think I ain't know? I'm telling you, the man don't go and make up a big no. He's different. He's uniquely different. That's a God sent, you know. That is why they call him Baby Jesus. Who call him so the NNP, you know? They call him Baby Jesus. You think that was by accident? Huh? That was not by accident. They call their ruler or their leader in the party all kind of bad names. People call him all kind of names. But watch, when you call somebody Baby Jesus, that's a good name. Yeah. You think that was by accident? The guy been helping groups and just name it for years, but he never front up and push up and make people believe that no, the guy's simple. And, you know, just look at his mother, for example, how she operates, how she functions. Simple, no force, no show off, no brag, no nothing. Look at them now. His family, sister, his aunt, and so on. I met his aunt in New York. Decent, simple people. They don't, you know, loud. They don't come and show people that they this and they that and no. So I am saying I love to see what's happening within the NDC and the government. That is why I am able. I could go in any space and I could list a whole pile of things that the NDC achieved in the last 2 years and a half. I could, for the whole day I could talk. For an entire day, I can speak about the wonderful things that the NDC administration did for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. I could do that. You hear me? The NDC is doing a fantastic job and the PR is showing out. People are getting to know more. And I love the fact that they're not waiting. So when NPO put out all the shipping is there, the NDC is able to. And sometimes the NDC put out their stuff, even before. Proactive. Yes, you have to be reactive at times, but proactive. Things are happening. Things are happening. And I'm proud of that. I like that. I love it. And kudos to Kijana Romain Orlando. Kudos to Jason Phillip at GIS. Kudos to Terry Forrester, my boy. Terry at it every Sunday and throughout. Big up your whole self. You understand the point? And some of those people, some of those ministers who are out there, pure wise, understanding the politics and doing what they're supposed to do. Some of the PSCs you have some good PSCs. Huh? There are some PSCs who understand the policy and who doing the stuff, and they always out there. Big up your whole self. All right? Some of these PR people in those ministries, there are some ministries, every time you turn on the TV, you turn on the radio, it's just them you hear. There are some ministries who at it, boy. They're doing the work. Big up all your whole self. That's what's supposed to happen. You have to have a good PS to push certain things, to make sure certain things happen. Yeah, pick up all your whole self. The work is happening, and there are people like Eddie Fedrick. You're doing a wonderful job, man. Pick up yourself now. Kim the King and Leo Joseph was and all the guys, right? Milton Coy and the others. Speak out unfiltered. Big up all your whole self. You're doing a wonderful job. And then you have some programs out there, platforms, social media stuff. Things are happening. The social media warriors, boy. I love all you. All you doing a fantastic job. A wonderful job. I love that. When you're doing good, I'm giving you all the credit, you understand the point? All you're doing good. The party is organizing itself. You kind of slow, but the thing happening. I could feel it. Right? And we all need to help in whatever way we can to make sure that things work. Because we don't want Keith and NNP and them to come back in power. You're mad? You're crazy or what? You're mad or what? We don't want that. We're not going back. We're moving forward. And we have to walk towards it. We have to walk towards it. Yeah? So all the people on social media, know all you, take a bow. Sometimes that'll be a bit harsh. Sometimes I just come down in a kind of way. But we good. We okay. All of us want the same thing. We want NDC to remain there for a damn long time. We want them to win and win and win and win. Right? But we're doing good. Things are happening. And let's keep it that way. I love it. I love what I'm seeing. And I could tell you that. And I'm experiencing this business. I ain't just come here. I'm telling you, things are looking up. We have a long way to go still, We can't become complacent. But that's the idea. That's the way to do the thing. Let's walk it nice, boy. Right? Don't worry, NNP and them. The numbers are not growing. Things are not changing for them for the better. Nah, they only on their program and bumping their gum. All of them, the whole bunch of them. Then making any headways? No. No, and between now and the election, a lot of them you're going, I won't say more. But, right? It's what it is. But folks, I want to wish you all the best. All right? I want to wish you all the best. I know the folks in St. George North East. That's Pamela, my good friend Pamela and them. Pamela Adolphus, not Pamela Moses. Adolphus, they have their breakfast Saturday coming. They starting at 6 a.m. at Snook Corner. $15 for the breakfast. Support them. All right? That's the Bolio Village Council. They're doing a fantastic job. There are others, And folks, if you send me things to promote for you, from time to time, refresh my memory. Because I would not go in my phone with 200 messages and go back and look for that. So if I'm on, you refresh my memory. Send us, hey, Kim, boy, don't forget to promote that thing for me now. Or that constituency like South St. George, I know they have something coming up. I know in New York, they have something coming up. Somewhere in St. Andrew, they have something coming up. St. David, they have something coming up. So you have to refresh my memory when I'm on the program. So you have to be somebody listening to the program. So when I'm on and I look at my phone, then I will be able to see it. All right? But the last thing I want to tell you, do not fall for NNP nonsense. Somebody in either Guyana or St. Vincent produce a news item regarding oil and gas and the GPG and this Nigerian company signing some deal and look at what they did and so on. And the NNP pundits, surrogates, and certain people grab it up and run with it. A news outfit grab it and they turn it into a story. Right? turn it into a story. But it's just something that somebody did in either Guyana or in St. Vincent. And they were comparing Guyana and the American company and BP and how much Guyana got and how much the company got and all this nonsense. So they produced that, and that started circulating, and it became news, and people believe that it's concrete and it's fixed, even before hearing government come out and speak about it. And then Tutu's Gregory Bowen back on the airways or relevant, right? So then the NMP featuring him and look, he help, and he help what? Huh? If you're a government minister, you do what you're supposed to do because you're paid to do the damn work. And if you did not get re-elected, all government documents supposed to be there. And if you could tell them where it is, because you were there, so what? You want them to come and thank you and applaud you? Pull you. What's wrong with you? Huh? What's wrong with you all? And then those NNP goons, zygotes, and sycophants, they're on programs trying to, what's wrong with all you? But anyways, I'm saying, do not be fooled by these things. Wait for when government speaks on this matter. Do not allow these people to take you down a rat hole or a rabbit hole. You hear me? Don't follow them with that. Somebody just did a news item, a news piece, and it became a big thing, right? Because the person is from outside and they did that story. Either St. Vincent or Guyana. I'm not certain which one of those countries, but the accent of the person. And then it becomes a big thing. And you hear them on Plead Your Cause talking nonsense, and you hear them on their program talking nonsense. That's how they do it. And it becomes talking points, and it becomes news, and it becomes, yeah, I'm saying, let us wait. Wait on the government. Wait on the government. We believe in our leader. We believe in the government. Let's wait on them. Let them tell us. Because remember, GPG, under the NNP time, they were given certain blocks. And it belongs to them, certain blocks. Yes, government would have a stake, but they were given that. So they have all the documents and everything towards that. That's theirs. They own it to explore and so on for hydrocarbon deposits. So they could enter into any agreement with any company around the world. Government has nothing to do with that, really. No. Nope. They could sell those things to other companies around the world. It's not like it's the government, so the government own all the blocks and nobody got any block and they don't own anything. If it was the government who owned those blocks out there already, our hydrocarbon deposits on in our waters, then we could say, well, how could the government sign an agreement with a Nigerian company or any company whatsoever and not inform us? Then we could see that. But the government doesn't own all the blocks out there. This thing is common sense. Some of these people believe that they're smart. That's common sense. The government doesn't own all the blocks out there. No. There are some blocks that were not given to GPG, but the majority was given to them, the main ones. So GPG now signed this thing with who as the article or the news piece says. We don't even know whether this thing is so. We don't even know. But I am saying, tread cautiously. Take your time. If it is true, we're going to know. And we're going to know the stake that Grenada are going to get in it. But remember, to drill for oil, it's a lot of things that you have to set up. The infrastructure and all these different things out there. This is no easy feat. These things don't happen overnight. So I'm saying, take your time. Don't fall for all what you're hearing out there. All right? So folks, I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful day. Remember that this program is funded by people just like you. When you give to this program, you keep it going. Every month, I ask of you to give financially to the program. It's month end, the 31st day of October. So if you can give, my WhatsApp number is right below the program, 415-4817. That's 1473 415-4817. Some people know my number already. WhatsApp me, follow up, and we take it from there. It is so important that you give financially because there are some people who normally give and they can't give this month. Some again will say, skip me. right? But that's the usual people who give. So I want to urge you, if you're out there, you want this program to continue, you want the program to remain on air, you must give the little that you have to keep it going. All right? That's important. It's all good to say, well, I love the program, I like it, nice program, wonderful program. But what keeps this program going is money to pay the bills. I don't get a salary out of it. When I set up my own studio, my own radio station, and everything like that, then when ads and other things start flowing on the station, not the program, the station, then that could happen. But for now, no salary for the last 10 years and months. So I'm volunteering my time and effort to do this. But we need to pay the bills. We need to keep things going. Grande Tang here to keep things going. So I want to urge you to help wherever you can. If you can't help, so be it. But if you could, give the little that you can. Right? So just WhatsApp me. You say, hey, Kim, I want to give something. I send you the name. Maybe I give you the Zelle number that you can send the money on. Or I send you the information for MoneyGram or Western Union. You give whatever you can. But my number is 1473 415 4817. 1473 415 4817. It's right at the bottom of the video, right? The live program, right at the bottom there. You would see it scrolling 1473 415 4817. That's my WhatsApp number, and that's also my street number. So, folks, I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful day. Take good care. I'll be back with you tonight. I'll be back with you tonight, starting